Hello everyone, and welcome back. This is going to be my last video for this time here at the Louisiana House. Tomorrow I will start the video from Louisiana to Minnesota, the long drive north. I had my inspection this morning, and it went really good. He said that everything looked awesome. In fact, he said a lot of people down here, he said, wouldn't mind hiring me to work on their house. He said, because some of the stuff that he sees is nothing like this. So that was a nice compliment. I'm just going through vacuuming the rooms one more time. Melissa should be here in just about 2 weeks and be down here for 2 weeks. And I don't want too many footprints in the carpeting because it looks really nice. I did get the yard picked up outside, so now when the lawn service comes in here, when it starts to warm up, there isn't junk in the way. There's still random fireworks going off and on during the day and especially at night. But right now, I'm going to call Melissa on her ride home from work, and then we'll just take a better look at things here. I'm going to go through a few questions I keep getting in comments. And then, yeah, tomorrow morning before light, I'll be heading north. So I think I'm going to go through a few questions that I keep getting. I just posted a video, the part 6 video, I don't know, a few hours ago. And it's nice because I can go through it. I'm getting the same questions over and over again. And I have talked about some of them in some of the videos, but you know how people are. They don't watch the whole video. They skip through it, and then they expect me to just answer in comments. And lots of times I just skip through it, so I thought I'll just put it in this video and everything should be answered. I'm going to have to dig out a pair of long johns. Tomorrow it feels like it's going to be in the 20s here. I won't wear them on my first leg. I'm going to go up to beyond St. Louis tomorrow. I'm going to do the trip in 2 days instead of 3. But I'm going to definitely need a pair of long johns that second day. Melissa said today the high was 24 up there, which is pretty nice and warm for this time of year, but cold compared to what I've been used to for the last month. So one of the questions that keeps coming up is about the upper cabinets. Upper cabinets are not considered a necessity. You don't have to have them in your house to have your house be considered complete. And when Melissa and I started this project, we saved our money, came into this project wanting to get it all done, pass through the inspections, and not be in any debt. So, you know, to see where we are, when you have so much money and you're going through, you don't know where you're going to end up in the very end. There are little things that come up. So now, Melissa comes back down here in about, like I think I already said that, a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks or something, and she'll be here for a couple weeks. So now, one of the things I have to do tonight is measure the uppers for what we want for cabinets, because we want some of the cabinets, like one of the questions that keeps coming up, are you going to put a hood fan over the stove? Well, the microwave right now is set up to go over the stove, and it has a hood vent built in underneath. And so we want cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling as well as down, some of them sticking out farther than others, just to break it up. I mean, a nice kitchen, a lot of it can be nice just because of your upper cabinets. People have brought up doing open shelving. Both Melissa and I, nothing against it. We can't stand that look. We just don't want that. So I'll be measuring that tonight. So yes, upper cabinets are going in, but we didn't need them right now to get to this point. And Another one that comes up is a center island, and there will be a center island going in here. That was another thing that, you know, it's not necessary. So we can put that in later, and then like now the layout has changed with the kitchen. So if we would have had a center island, we maybe would have wanted it bigger or smaller, or, you know, one that goes in angles and sits out. We want a nice sitting area. In one of my previous houses, we had a nice island, and that is just where everybody always went when they came over to the house. Yeah, so definitely going to be a center island. In fact, there's a piece of tape right here on the floor. There's a piece of tape right here, and that's come up in comments also, and that's actually marks where the electricity is for the center island, because, you know, we didn't put one in, but we put the new floor in and didn't want to drill the hole and bring that wire up. So this marks exactly the spot where if I were to drill through and then crawl under the house, I can just take the old wire and poke it through, or I can just cut a square out of here, and then we just cut a square into the floor underneath it, the subfloor, and it has screws in it. Pull it, grab the wire, pull it through, and everything's fine. So everything is set up for the center island for sure. Getting back to the upper cabinets, I kind of jumped ahead, which I have a tendency to do. Melissa's coming down in a couple of weeks. We want to order all the upper cabinets because, you know, we bought these from a cabinet place that delivers them. You know, we had to put them together, and we don't want them to discontinue this line if we wait for a year, and then we're totally screwed. So looking at the finances after this whole thing is done, I think we're going to go ahead, and that's why I'm going to go and measure all these, and then her and I will figure out a layout that we like, get them ordered, because it takes between 7 and 10 days for them to go from ordering them to at your house. And then when she's here, she can get those boxes brought in here and set in the house, so then when I come down next time, or if we both can come down, I can go ahead and put them together, and we can put all that up, and this kitchen's going to be absolutely amazing once they're done. Another thing that came up, not in the last video, but the one before that, when I was putting this door in, is people were saying that the white of the pantry door sticks out like a sore thumb. It should be painted the same color as the cabinets. Well, I kind of like the kind of pantry doors that, pantry doors are never, I mean, you can look online, and you're probably not going to find one where the door of the pantry is painted the same color as the cabinets. It might be, it's a totally different color. Some of them have a chalkboard on it. I like the kind that are wood, and then they have etched glass, and it'll say pantry on it. So this door is absolutely fine right now. It's a nice looking door. In fact, we had Melissa's mom come over, and I posed that question to her, and immediately she's like, Melissa, she'll just say it how it is right now. And she says, no, you would not paint that like the cabinets. So it'll stay like this for now until we can figure out, there again, until the upper cabinets all get in. You can't see what this kitchen is going to look like. I can picture it in my head, but I don't know what that door is going to look like when, I mean, everything will be cabinets here, cabinet here, pull out up over the fridge. I want an end panel on it coming down, so this ends up being like a built-in. So we'll wait on that until later, but it will not be painted the same color as the cabinets. Another question when people looked at this was they thought that the refrigerator should be slid over to the pantry, and then this cabinet be put over here on this side. And we actually thought about that at first, but the problem with that is, look how far the refrigerator sticks out. If that refrigerator's here, and it comes to here, here's my point. That's where my pantry door, well, it'll be a little more. I couldn't open the pantry all the way up. And nothing would match. It would look, if you really think about it, I mean, we thought about it too. I mean, and the first thing that pops to your head is, oh, that'd be a great idea. Thinking the refrigerator is going to be flush with the wall, but it's not. So if you pictured that slid over, that would really, really look stupid. And yeah, and I mean, you'd be able to open up your refrigerator door just fine, but this door you wouldn't be able to. I posted that video. I'm looking at hotels here that I can stay in tomorrow. I don't know how far up I'm going. I know I'm going to go beyond St. Louis. But I posted this video 4 hours or so ago. And right now it already has almost 18,000 views. We have 156 comments. I'm sure I can go through some of these. And first one, 5 minutes ago, do you have upper cabinets? I don't see any upper cabinets up there. So, and I shouldn't get frustrated with the comments like I do, because this is now, you're watching part, 7? And people might have just came in here and haven't watched the first 5 or 6 parts, 5 parts before this one where I explain about that. So just let me go through here and see if I get any more comments that need to be answered. There is one big one that I'll get to at the end, like that's that one right there. So I have one right here from Ann K, and wanting to know if Melissa's mom has stopped by to see the house yet. She came over yesterday. I had her come over here at lunchtime. I went up and we had shrimp po' boy sandwiches and french fries, and she saw the house and she absolutely loved it. She was just, the last time she had seen the house, she let people in to paint the ceilings. So that's before Melissa even painted the walls. So it was really a mess. And so yeah, she did come and see it and she absolutely loved it. Another one I see right down here by Susie St. James. She says, on the exterior doors you put a deadbolt with a knob inside. Does that mean your burglar just breaks the glass, reaches in and turns the knob and has access to your beautiful home? And then she talks about how they had a double key deadbolt, and with a key, to be short, if somebody wants to get into your house, why break the glass? Cut a hole through the side of the house. It's quieter, you don't get cut, and it's very easy to get in. People, I don't think that having a glass for your door is going to matter. If they want to get in bad enough, they're going to get in. Second of all, using a double-keyed deadbolt is illegal because of fire reasons. If you lock that door, a fire's in your house, you can't get out. You're not going to be, even here, my grandpa put a key to his double-key deadbolt on a fishing line and hung it nearby in case of an emergency. If the house is filled with smoke and you're panicking, you're not going to have time probably to get that key. That's why the double-keyed deadbolts in a residential situation in most places is illegal. Here's another one, my R. Martin, wondering about how we're going to keep the property safe. We did put in a security system when we were down here that we can monitor from anywhere. This person thinks that Melissa's mom lives a long ways away. She's 5 minutes tops. Her daughter is 15 minutes. And we have somebody come and check the house quite often. Plus the lawn service that comes out and does the lawn once a week, they check the house also. And the neighbors keep an eye on the house. So we're doing pretty good there. So this one here by Lauren said, any hardware on the kitchen cabinets? Well, obviously not right now, but Melissa did pick some out. But your door pulls and door handles can either make or ruin your kitchen. If you put the wrong ones on, she found some real nice ones, but they were only handles, and they were like a porcelain, matched the cabinets real nice, and then they had a bronze going back, but you don't want big handles on everything. You're going to want the round knobs, and she could not find the round knobs that had the dark bronze or whatever color it was that she went with on the back side. So we decided to wait. Plus, how many are we going to need? Until I figure out all the upper cabinets and we both agree on that, we don't really know how many we're going to need. And they're not all that cheap, so buying, 15 extra ones is, kind of spending. So let's see, what else do we have? The plans for a vented range hood, we already covered that. Marissa said, looks beautiful. Hope you're able to get back home soon. I'm leaving in the morning before light, and that is Friday, and I should be there Saturday by 5 o'clock in the afternoon in Cloquet, and I will be beat tired. Here's another one. Some open shelving in the kitchen would be nice, plus a center island. Well, we're going to put in the center island. We can't stand the open shelving, so we're not going to do with that, but like Susie St. James replied for me, that's upper cabinets are coming. So this person said that she wanted to hear what Melissa's mom was saying in the last video when I was over there for New Year's to have black-eyed peas and cabbage. And I would just let the camera run. I do that with my dad too, and just to, you know, I probably got 3 or 4 hours of, maybe 3 hours this month that I was down here of her telling stories and stuff like that. And someday it'd be nice to have that on camera. And what did you get, a 6-second clip probably? Which is, so. This person here wants me to post a link. Robert wants me to post a link to the cabinet supplier that I chose for the kitchen. And I do have a link for that. We got these from RTA Cabinets. It's just a place that Melissa found, and ready to assemble cabinets. And I absolutely have nothing bad to say about it, really. When I first got them, I was, oh crap. When I first got them, I was unsure because they didn't come with directions, but then once I figured out that, pretty simple, just, there's only really one way they can go together, then everything was a lot better. Okay, so Vicky here has a pretty good one. I mean, same thing. Are you putting in an island, you know, stuff like that. But the older building that's next to the house here, is that going to come down? And eventually, yes, Melissa and I want to take that down, take the whole entire carport and everything down because you can't drive a truck underneath it, back it up some, and so you have a bigger driveway area. But that would be in the future. Right now, we have to concentrate on this. But getting this far now, we've actually discussed, okay, what about that? And I mean, there's a lot of room there. The yard would be much bigger if we could open some of that up. So that's definitely coming up in the future. But right now, that's beyond my thinking. So we'll just have to wait. But we did discuss it. This person right here says the wall where you have the TV would be a great spot for an 85-inch TV. I was talking to Melissa, I don't know, probably a week ago. And I just have this little TV, and when I sit here, I joked with her because, you know, at the house we have like 50-inch, 55-inch. I think I've got a 50-inch in the workshop because now you can buy a 50-inch or 60-inch TV for fairly cheap. So I'm sitting here, once everything got done, so I moved the table back and the TV's over there. I actually sent her a picture and I said, this is me watching the big screen. Because I actually, when I was watching Discovery, the episodes that I hadn't seen already, I put my chair on that side and I slid the TV out as far as the cord would go so I'd be closer. I'm used to seeing a bigger TV, so I was having a hard time. And I had said before we could easily put a 50-inch on there, and like she said, we could put a 75-inch on there if we wanted to or whatever. So once we decide that, I mean, that's where we had already planned to put the TV, but in this house, the TV area, you can go here depending on how you set up the furniture, or it can go on the right-hand wall. It'll probably go there and it will be bigger, but that's for, you know, not for right now. This person says they don't want no black-eyed peas and don't care for cabbage either. We talked about that, you know, up in Minnesota, I had never heard of doing black-eyed peas and cabbage on New Year's. And down here, it's just a tradition that you do no matter what. And I don't know which is which, but one of them is for like good money and good luck. Anyway, Melissa said even as a kid, and Melissa's mom even brought this up, that when she was a kid, she didn't much care for it, but her mom and dad would always make them take at least one bite of cabbage and one bite of black-eyed peas every New Year's Day, and that's just the way it was. So it's just a tradition down here that I had never heard of until I met Melissa. Somebody said something here that I think I should cover too. Oh, okay. They talked about how I get a lot of these comments about how the house, it's just going to flood again. And I think I've covered this before in some of the videos. And for this house, where the camera is sitting is where the beam goes. The main part of the house is about 100 years old. I don't know when this part went on, but that part is, yeah, definitely the neighbor next door, 74 years old, and he grew up here and this house was already here. So anyway, in that 100-year period, it flooded one time in 2016. Never flooded before that. Is there a chance it could flood again? Yes. The house in Anoka, the hobby farmhouse, in the last 25 years, I had a house next door to that I built on so many acres over. 2 tornadoes have come through there and did damage to the house. I had a house in Ramsey. I built a brand new triple car garage on that house. It was like the first, not my first house, but the second house. It was a house that all 3 of my kids were born in. And a tornado came through, tore part of the roof off of that. So where do you draw the line? If, the house flooded once, it's fixed now. So one time in 100 years, and up there, I've been in 3 houses that have had tornado damage, some pretty significant damage to the houses in the last, say, 30 years. If I put all those houses together. So where should I move from there also? So when I get that question, it kind of, I guess I've heard it so many times, it just gets sickening. And so I should just put the word flood or flooded in the words that it'll get pulled out and I'll never see the comment. But I leave it there because this was a whole entire flood restoration, and I'm glad that everybody followed along. But yeah, it could flood again. To raise the house, why didn't we raise the house? We looked into that. It would have been something like $70,000 to $100,000 to get the house raised, and we don't have that kind of money. So there is no grant that covers that. There's nothing. So you do what you can afford. And other people have said, well, I would have just walked away from that. Well, then you walk away, and then you have a piece of property that you're paying on. So if you walk away, your credit's done. Melissa and I are just not people that walk away. So, and this is the result. Look at the house. It's beautiful now. Marion says, just yesterday I realized I missed your workshop. Hope you, Melissa, family, Chunk, and Joni are all well. Everybody's doing good up there. And Melissa, I'll get up there, and we had somebody come that had to come twice and plow the driveway because it was just too much snow. So I'll get up there, get the tractor going. I'll do one of my first videos up there, get all the snow moved. I think the snow to the workshop in some places is like knee deep. So I clear things out like all away, and when somebody comes in to plow, they just come in and plow the loop. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to do some paths and get things cleared out, and I'll be back up there to the workshop. So this is the question that everybody asks that I decided we'll answer in this video here coming up. What's the plan for the house? Keep it, rent it, sell it? And somebody then pops in and says they hadn't addressed the real issue of the property, which is flooding. The renovation work is because of a previous flood that severely damaged the house. And they're thinking I need to put in some type of water drainage system. And some of these people then, back up that know what's going on. They obviously don't know what's going on. And with that flood, it dumped over 20 inches of rain. It wasn't a hurricane or anything. It was just a system that came in. And you don't put in a drainage system for your house. This whole area has a drainage system. They have different pump stations. There's a big one up in Laplace. And when the water starts to rise, it pumps that water out towards the Gulf. And what happened was, with that storm, there was so much water that as fast as it could pump down, all the water is running towards the Gulf. The Gulf, isn't a river that's running. So the water hit the water and it just started backing up. And it came up, so when it got so high, they shut the pumps off. And nothing flooded until those pumps got shut off, and then everything flooded. So there again, tornado, flood, whatever. It just, unless you kind of know how things work down here, a drainage system's not going to do anything. Not going to do you any good. So this video is just supposed to be a short video, but I'm rambling on. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Melissa and I are not going to sell the house. We're not going to rent the house. We already own it. So we are going to keep it for a place to come down here in the wintertime. We'll keep it for now. And Melissa's mom lives here, daughter lives here, all of her family lives down here. So it's a place to come and stay when we need to come down. And like I said, it's a warm place in the winter. We already own it, so there's no reason to sell it right now.
I kept looking in the stores. I could find the Andy-Gator, but I couldn't find the Mardi Gras. And I didn't know if they were going to have it because Mardi Gras is kind of, you know, all of the celebrations are called off. But then I looked it up online, and this is seasonal, only in January and February. So today I went to the store, since it's into January, and there was 2 6-packs of Mardi Gras Bach, and I bought them both. And just so everybody knows, I will in the future do a before and after video. I have hundreds of pictures, hours and hours of video from the whole start to finish on the house. So I will do that, but it'll be a while. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might wait and do it after I get the upper cabinets in. We'll just have to wait and see. I will see you guys on the next video. My 1,400-mile drive north starts tomorrow.